Hey everyone, this is the start of my latest journey, and I'm going to be doing several trips throughout Indonesia, the southern islands. And the first part we have to do is we have to get to Dili, which is on the island of Timor, and the country is Timor Leste. I don't know how you pronounce it, Timor Leste, Timor Leste, Timor Leste, Timor Leste, I have no idea. I guess I should have looked that up first. So we have to get to Dili Airport, which is a really long name, something like Nicolas Lobato or something. I'll put that in post. In fact, no, I can just look that up now, can't I? There we go, Presidente Nicolau Lobato. Its ICAO is WPDL. So we arrived in Australia, well obviously not really because it's only a pretend thing. But yeah, everything I say is pretend. So arrived in Australia, and we're now at Darwin, and we're going to fly. We're going to fly from Darwin to Dili. So as usual, we'll go through the cockpit procedures. But first of all, we're going to get the passengers.
Darwin ground Qantas Quebec Foxtrot 351. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Qantas Quebec Foxtrot 351. The jetway is going to be connected.
So we're going to fly this in a Qantas A320. It's normally done in an Embraer 190. It's a scheduled route from Darwin to Dili. It takes about an hour. Well, an hour of flight, that is. Not much to see. Once we leave Darwin, we're over the ocean. And then we just fly. The islands are all very long and thin over there. It's stretching sort of west to east. So there's not much. It's maybe 40 miles of island to fly over once we get there. And then we land at Dili, which is on the northern coast of Timor. Oh no, that's not correct. That's a different flight. It's QF351. Cost index is 31, and we're going to be cruising at 34. So Darwin to Dili. Okay, so for some reason Microsoft or the MCDU didn't agree. So we've now got the correct departure in. Which is Lapar Manob Turgo Lapar Manob Turdov Woodov Turgo Woodov. Okay, so it checks out okay when we just go through it. It's just that weird loop back there looks incorrect, obviously, so I don't know what's going on. I think it's just getting a bit confused, but we'll fly it manually if we need to when we get there. I mean, there's definitely something strange going on there. So 9520. It is 9523. Oh, that's fine. Nine and a half tons. Now landing weight's going to be 42, 53 plus 2, 56. This is all just okay, we can just put it in manually. I didn't know that, which is good. So 63.5. 63.7, so that's okay. It's within range. Good. We finally got that fixed. I'll have to try and remember that in future. We can just put it in the block in manually, which is very important to be able to do that. Okay, that's the MCDU sort of, yes, primed.
Qantas Quebec Foxtrot 351 cleared to Comoro Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 11 climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 134.1 squawk 0526.
Qantas Quebec Foxtrot 351 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.8. Good day.
So we have to stay below 250. 250 below 10,000. So we're going to be going to 250 knots when we start our ascent. Autopilot's going to go on as soon as we've taken off. Okay, that's the takeoff briefing check complete. Power up checklist completed and pre-startup. Hull pumps on. Let's well. APU power, APU master is on. 3-second wait. APU start. And APU. Beacon is on. Transponder set to water.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Contact tower on 133.1
That's a bit.
when ready.
So we're going across, and round.
Taxi to and hold short runway 11 via taxiway Bravo 2 cross runway 29er Bravo 1 Alpha Tree cross runway 18 Alpha 2 Alpha 1 Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51.
Parking brake is on. Starting clock. Interesting. There had to be a lot of very dead people.
Darwin ground, Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
No, I want you to stop. Why did you do that?
Darwin ground, Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51 requesting the
Dear,
end of
dear.
pushback.
Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51 request to end pushback received. Darwin ground, generic Victor Hotel Foxtrot Mike Oscar requesting pushback. Generic Victor Hotel Foxtrot Mike Oscar pushback request accepted.
So we're halfway through pushback and startup checklist. We have engine modes select to start. We're going to go engine 1, starting engine 2, sorry.
Generic Victor Hotel Foxtrot Mike Oscar request to end pushback received.
Packs are off.
Darwin ground, generic Victor Hotel Foxtrot Mike Oscar with November ready to taxi IFR. Generic Victor Hotel Foxtrot Mike Oscar taxi to and hold short of runway 11 via taxiway Victor 1 Victor 2 cross runway tree 6 Charlie Tree. Contact tower on 1 tree tree decimal 1 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 11 using taxiway Victor 1 Victor 2 cross runway tree 6 Charlie Tree generic Foxtrot Mike Oscar.
I think that near-death experience confused the poor pilot in that little aircraft. They're now just spinning around in a circle for some reason.
Cleared for takeoff runway 11 Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51.
And the preferred takeoff here is the rolling takeoff.
Top end 161 number 2 for landing. Follow the generic on final. Wind tree 28 at 15. Clear to land runway 29er. Clear to land runway 29er number 2 top end 161.
I'm going to start taco now.
Darwin Tower Jetstar 8225 miles east inbound ILS X-ray runway 29er approach. Jetstar 82 Darwin Tower. QNH 29er decimal 80 wind tree 28 at 15. Cleared ILS X-ray runway 29er approach. Cleared ILS X-ray runway 29er approach. Jetstar 82. Generic Alpha Zulu Whiskey go around. Going around generic Alpha Zulu Whiskey. Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51 contact Darwin departure on 1 tree 4 decimal 1. Good day. Generic Alpha Zulu Whiskey.
So we're currently flying over the Tiwi Islands, TIWI, and the one on the left here is Bathurst Island. I'm hoping that that's where the famous Bathurst racing track is. Might not be. And this thing that looks like a river is not a river actually. This is one island on this side, and this is another island on this side. That's actually a bit of connecting estuary? No. Oh, I don't know what you'd call it. Channel. There you go. The Tiwi Islands, or the Tiwi, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a lovely day for flying, just a few lower clouds. So we are on our way. There's the massive expanse of the ocean ahead of us, and we should be on our final approach in about 45 minutes, at which time we'll resume our little discussions. I also forgot to mention this little wonderful thing. So the flight sim has got its original flight plan in, of course, and hasn't changed it for us, even though we're not on that anymore. You can see the cockpit that's correct. The MCDU has taken a flight plan, put it onto the MFD, and that's the correct flight plan. But ATC is also still telling us to continue to Dili, which is the old Microsoft Flight Sim flight plan, and once we change the departure, that just is totally ignored by the ATC and the sim. So although the aircraft knows where we're going, no one and nothing else does. So this often causes a massive problem when we arrive, because if you arrive at a point different than the flight sim expect, it can get quite confused and not give you the correct descent instructions. But we were a bit clever here, because you can see that once we get past this mud, we go to Genzi, and luckily for us, we've already got programmed it into Genzi anyway, so we are now flying direct to Genzi. Well, once we get past Octob, which is the end of the departure leg, then we'll be flying direct to Genzi, and all these can be ignored. And once we get to Genzi, ATC should be able to take us on this, which is roughly not where we're going anymore as well. So this should be fun, because we're not going to fly this approach at all. As you can see, we're going to go to Roosevelt and Rollin, so that one will be matching up with what we're doing. DL705 and 715 we will not be matching up with, but once we've gone past Luceb, then we will be back onto DL725 and DL735, and then in onto runway 08, I believe it is. So we've got 300 nautical miles, on miles, I don't know which one it is. 320 miles before we start our descent even. Yeah, 290 miles. I guess that must be Genzi there. All part of the fun of not having to do the Microsoft flight plans. It's a trade-off between real world in aircraft and the sim not being real world, unfortunately. So we're just starting our descent. We're approaching Femsey. Oh no, it's not Femsey. I've forgotten what the waypoint's called, but we're just approaching that waypoint just off the coast. And this is the island of Timor. We're on the sort of mid-eastern side. And we're going to overfly, then come back around and land, hopefully, without too many problems. We're going to obviously have this weird flight plan that we're going to have to keep an eye on, and hope that ATC guides us in correctly. But this is the reason why I love these little trips that I plan. I love volcanoes and mountains. One of my favourite subjects was geology, and was the main reason I did an A-level in geography. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. Once we get to Dili, we're going to overnight, and then we're going to take off tomorrow in our little aircraft and fly all around Indonesia. Okay, so we'll next speak to you once we're on approaching finals. In the meantime, just take a look at this wonderful view.
Tower Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 5115 miles west inbound RNAP Zulu runway 08 approach.
Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51 Tower. QNH 29.7910 Tree 7 and 8. Cleared RNAP Zulu runway 08 approach.
Cleared RNAP Zulu runway 08 approach Qantas Quebec Foxtrot Tree 51.
Gears down, up to 2.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing. $2,500.
Flaps to 3. And flaps to 4.
$1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Qantas, Quebec, Foxtrot Tree, 51 exit runway when able.
Now we'll just smash our way through all these aircraft because that makes sense. Oh my grief. They've invested in some lovely F-22s. There's no way we're going to fit in there. What the heck? Okay, well, yeah. So we have arrived in Timor Leste. Airport is at Dili and is the Presidente Nicolau Lobato. Yeah, it's a bit scary getting in here. It's not really a good runway for an Airbus A320. But hey, we're in, we're down, it's great. Thanks for flying Qantas. So catch you in the next one, which will be the start of the first leg of the trip around Indonesia. And it appears they're not really designed for having international passengers, as there appears to be no way to get the passengers off the aircraft. Okay, well that's, yeah, okay. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.